Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today working on the 2005 Duramax. I'm actually replacing the intake sending unit. They calling it the fuel pump assembly. If this was a gas motor, your fuel pump would be inside that. This is a diesel Duramax, so it doesn't have a pump in there. It's just used to suck the fuel out of the tank. I got to get some light here, or my camera won't focus. You can see pretty crusty, rusty. This actually looks worse than the frame, a lot worse, and I'm not sure why. But you can see some of that is pretty crusty, and I just want to eliminate any possibility of some problems coming from this. I got the bed off. All I got to do is get it off here. I've been spraying it with Blaster because it's pretty rusty looking. So hopefully this is gonna come out fairly easily. You can see I got a Delphi replacement. Again, they're calling it a fuel pump assembly. But all it is really just a sending unit, and then it's got the fuel level sensor in there too. I'll show you the parts I have for it. Okay, so here it is on the bench. When I pull it out, you're going to see it's got a fuel level on it. There's the sensor, there's the float. You can see this is nice and shiny. All new parts. This is what it's supposed to look like. Should have the right plug-in because I ordered it for the 2005. Now you got to be careful because this is a 2005 with the LLY Duramax. I believe your LB7 Duramaxes have a different tank sending unit. So be aware of that. Get the right one for your truck. Preferably look at it. Now this did come with a new O-ring. I didn't know that, so I actually purchased an O-ring. So I guess I have an extra O-ring here. And then seeing how rusty, crusty the lock ring is, ordered a new one of those too. So I got everything to do the job. Hopefully those lines are going to come off and we should be in business. I'll drop this in. It should be a simple deal. Simple swap with the bed off. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start taking this apart. We'll do the easy things first. We'll take this plug-in off, and there's a lock right here that you got to take off. Once you pull that lock out like that, you can push down on this and then unplug it. So we're going to get that out of the way. And then we've got the vent. This goes to the filler neck, so I'm guessing it's the tank vent. And this actually is pretty rusty, crusty too. Probably should have got a new clamp. I'll have to see if I got a new clamp. I might have one. This does not look factory. I mean, that clamp right there, I don't think the factory would put a clamp like that on there. But now we got to see, that's rusted on. I'll have to get something to get that off. Small screwdriver in here to try to loosen this up. I really don't care about the sending unit. So if I break the line, I don't really care. I prefer not to break that hose because it's a formed hose. If you do that, be careful if you're going to save it, that you don't destroy your hose. Wow. Should have probably picked up a new hose. We'll work with this one, I guess. Okay, so now we've got this. Looks like a plug. I'm going to try to pull this connector up. This is what it looks like. You gotta pull this up. Okay, yeah, you got to pull that. Okay, so here's that fitting that I just took off. Yeah, I'll show you to see the clip right here. You got to push these down right here, which is on the bottom. It was on the bottom. And when you squeeze them together, you pry up on this, and it pulls that up and it unlocks the fitting. Now what's interesting about this fitting is look at someone, it looks like someone's put a piece of pliers on that and tried to pull it out. And then look at it, it's all the way through. I thought this was a plug. I don't know if that's supposed to be plugged or not. If someone broke something off on the end of it. I'll have to do some research, but if that's supposed to be plugged, I probably have to do something because if that's allowing stuff to go into the tank, that's probably not good. Okay, so to get these fuel lines off, you are going to need some special tools. Now, these are fuel line disconnect tools. This one looks like that, and what you do is it wraps around your fuel line like that, and then you push it into your line. And you should be able to, maybe it's the other side. Try to keep the debris out of your lines. Now I need a smaller tool for this one, if I can even get it on there. I can't get the disconnect tool on the fitting. Okay, so I finally got the other line off, and you can see I ended up breaking it because it just would not come off. It's really tight in this area, and these tools really didn't fit. None of these, I got 2 sets of these. None of these fit. I ended up having to actually go with a smaller tool than the line. Usually you want the line or this tool to go all the way around it, and I ended up using a smaller one. And for whatever reason, it was a real struggle to get that to unplug from this port. It don't matter, I'm throwing this away. This is junk anyway. So finally got them all unplugged. Now I'm gonna try to get this lock ring to let go of this sending unit, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here goes on trying to get this lock ring to move. Make sure you're going the right way to unlock it. And ideally, you would be using like a brass punch for this. And we have one, I can't find it. I don't know what Dad did with it. But you really want to use a brass punch because you don't want to cause a spark here, because this is flammable liquids. The diesel isn't quite as bad. Gasoline is highly flammable. So just be careful when you do this. I'm going to see if this will move. And we are getting some movement. I'd rather not hit that over where that spout's at. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to show you me breaking this loose because it just takes too long. I've fought these before, and it just you just got to keep working your way all the way around it, beating on it. Lots of blaster sprayed all over this thing, just trying to get it to let loose that lock ring. But hopefully next shot I come back, I'll have it loose, and we'll be replacing this thing. Okay guys, so there will come a point when you have rounded off most of your edges that you can pound. You will be cussing GM for their design or whatever, but if you just work your way around this thing, lots and lots of blaster, you will win. Like I said, I've dealt with these before, and it's always a struggle with these crusty, rusty lock rings. So we got that off. Okay, so hopefully I got this clean enough here, and I'm gonna try to get this thing to come out of the tank. Hopefully I didn't drop too much junk down in there. Okay, so you want to clean this off pretty good, especially where the O-ring is going to sit in here, guys. And you're probably going to drop a few things down in your tank there. And you know, most likely it's gonna be rust. So I just got this magnet, and I'm gonna go down at the bottom, and I'm going to pick all the stuff that, at least all the big stuff that I dropped in there accidentally. And you'd be surprised how well this magnet will clean up all that stuff that fell in there. Because like I said, most of the time it's rust. It is metal, and that's what a magnet does. Okay, so I'm happy with the cleanliness of my tank here and my O-ring spot. So I'm going to drop my O-ring into place. I'm going to put my sending unit down in the tank there. I'm going to put it in place here just like the other one was. Get my fancy new lock ring here. Get it into place. Now your lock ring, there is a way it needs to go. You can see it's got a flange on it. Make sure you put it the right way. I don't think there's a certain spot. Doesn't look like there's a certain spot that it goes. And there she be, guys. I'm gonna hook up my lines, plug in my electrical, and I'll show you the final look at it all hooked up. So there we go, guys, all hooked back up. And that looks so much better. Doing this also eliminates a possible air leak in the fuel system. You know, that crusty, rusty one. You never know if one of those lines would crack or something and cause you to get air in the system. So if I do eventually have a problem with the fuel system, I can pretty much certainly say that this is not the issue. So I wonder if she will fire up. I don't know if I got to bleed the system or not, but well, I guess she runs, so that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I guess I'll see you.